Disclaimer, copyrights enforced. The following is based on true events, facts, fiction, second-party observations, nonsense, hearsay, bullshit. You be the judge. One thing we guarantee is 100% pure entertainment. All names, places, persons, and things, etc. have been changed for privacy issues. This show is R-rated, may contain obscene language, nudity, not for persons under 18. Please listen responsibly. I'm ready, bros. I'm ready. Welcome, listeners. Blowhard Talk Hard here with Julian.
Tracy.
And Pat is over here.
Pat's over here. Everybody happy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Happy.
Smiley like the bell.
Like, oh yeah, the bell. Look, when I bought this, it was $8 on Amazon. Now it's $42. I don't get it.
It's good investment.
Wow.
There you go. It's like
It's like real estate.
inflation. Yeah, somebody's gonna pay me $30 for it. No, but it's crazy how much it's gone up. Those are girls' pair of heels. One time I bought for this girl, $40. Today they're $300
So it's like the
on
same.
Amazon. The same exact shoe, because it says buy it again.
Oh, yeah.
And I go buy it again. I look, 300. I'm like, what the fuck? Did I get like some pair made like from some kid in some sweatshop? And now these ones are made in America or something? I don't know. Because why would they jump in price like that?
I guess rarity. Maybe they're rare.
Yeah.
They only made one pair of shoes. At the
One
time.
pair of those ones, and now they mass produce. Oh, now they make one pair.
Yeah, there's
back
less.
then.
Yeah. Could be.
Do you like to wear heels, Tracy?
Special occasions.
What's the highest heel?
Oh, I don't know. Well, because I'm tall, so it's.
Oh
hard
yeah.
to-
A lot of guys, believe it or not, don't like girls wearing heels because if they're
They don't.
like short guys. I never thought about that because I'm tall.
They don't. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. And my ex-husband was the same height as me, so it bothered
With
him.
heels or without heels?
No, without heels.
So if you wore a 4-inch heel, you would be like a little shrimp. I like girls who wear this. There's the exaggerated 6 to 7 inch. Those ones kind of like you kick you in the face with those things. They'll, like, you know.
They're nice. They're beautiful. I've never, obviously, I don't have the attire that goes with.
No.
With
Those are more for the
the
stripper
fancy
heels.
shoes, too. Yeah.
There's something about a girl though, like in jeans who wears heels, like that sort of mix can be
Yeah.
quite.
But again, not that high heel. They have to wear like a 4-inch heel.
No, yeah, like a 6-inch stiletto or something.
Those are
ludicrous.
typical stripper heels. You know, I remember
Not practical.
Moxies and all those bars, Jack Astor's and all that. When they first started, all the waitresses had to wear heels. And it was like quite a sight with their little mini skirts, whatever. Then they fought and they said because their feet were killing them.
You can't.
Now they don't wear heels anymore.
No, trust me, as a bartender, you can't.
Yeah,
do
but
it.
that was the whole purpose. A heel
can't,
makes the
like-
girl's body lifts everything up.
Yeah, it's just
When I
horrible
started at
for-
Maple Leaf Gardens, we had to wear. At the Air Canada Center when we started there.
Scotiabank Arena.
We
But they
had
made
to-
you wear 5-inch heels.
We had to wear heels.
Yeah.
And our skirts, we weren't allowed to
Yeah.
wear
Up and
the
down the
pants
stairs?
down by the ice. Yeah, and we
Yeah.
were working ice side, so
Go
it got a
first.
little chilly. Like, it didn't bother me. I would wear my skirt even after we got our pants with our uniforms. But yeah, we had to wear the heels, and then finally we were allowed to
They
change.
changed the rules. Yeah, that fucking
Yeah.
bitch who complained about that ruined everything.
Yeah, but still,
Because-
otherwise if someone fell down
At
the stairs.
Moxie's at the airport, there's like a stairwell to go serve upstairs, and they would wear like little skirts and high heels.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Like, and carrying 12 fucking drinks in your hand. It was pretty
So that
Little
was a good
skirts are
table
fine,
at the
but-
bottom of the stairs.
But I didn't realize.
Yeah.
And but again, it's part of the look. If you have a bar, you need a big screen TV, good drinks, and hot waitresses with the littlest clothes possible. It's a success.
That's a very yes.
And
good,
if you
solid
really,
business.
really want to make the extra money, you do a little blow on the back. You sell a little blow on the back.
Yeah, and good wings.
Which-
Hot wings.
You've
No,
just
no.
dated yourself.
No. You ever heard that comedian who goes, you want to open up a sports bar? It's basically you're opening up a sports bar to sell blow from the back door. Because who really makes money with like these bars anymore? Like there's no more single-owned bars. They're all chains.
Right.
It's true.
When I was growing up, there was local bar, those places now, if they do exist, there's a couple of people that are drinking draft by themselves, like, hey, it's like, hang it up, buddy. Time to pack it up.
Yeah, though there's a couple of nice bars up by your place.
Yeah, but those are now they've changed that more hipster area kind of thing. They do well because The people are there. But before that, it was all just like those older people who like abused the alcohol.
Right.
I love a good dive bar just like that. There's actually not enough of those
There isn't
left.
anymore,
They're
that's
like a
the
good
thing.
dive bar. You know,
Yeah.
they're like a good one. Like, luckily, I think Squirrely's is still there on Queen.
We were talking actually.
Because that's the best patio, a secret.
Squirrelies? I don't know.
Or
that
the
one.
Bovine is still kicking it.
Bovine. We were talking about just talking about.
But again, that's
Grossman's
the
yesterday.
area. That's the area that's kicking.
Remember Grossman's?
I've
Ever been there?
No.
Oh, it's where Jeff Healy got his start. It's like
Did he die, Jeff Healy?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that
they
guy.
used to do a Sunday blues jam. So
Yeah.
you would just go and like, you'd be thinking these people were homeless guys having a drink in the back, but then they'd get up and just amazing voices.
Oh wow! Yeah,
It was very
yeah.
cool.
Do you remember-
Hopefully they're still doing that.
Did you guys ever go? Remember Healy's? Did you ever go to his bar, Healy's?
No.
Never went.
It was so strange.
Where was it?
It was right on. It was kind of like 3 down from like the Wheat Sheaf. Like it was on.
Oh, on Bathurst and King.
But down, yeah, or maybe.
I know what you're talking about. It's a
It
football.
was on a corner, and it was like the maybe it turned into the football factory. It
Yes.
was like that kind of area, and you go in. But the funny thing, you know what the decor was? Paintings of eyeballs all over the place.
Oh,
And I always wondered, like, did anyone tell
He was
Jen?
blind.
Yeah, exactly.
wow.
Wasn't
Wow. Is that funny or is that was
I don't
that,
know,
that was
it was-
like do you think he knew?
That's what I want to know. Did anyone tell him how they painted the place, or like?
That's fucked up.
They're like, Jeff, we've done it all great. It's all birds. It's all your favorite, you know. And then it turned out it was eyeballs. It was really surreal.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway,
Interesting.
Healy's.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Both the bar and.
Yeah.
Remember the last time we were talking about that place with the blind bar or the blind restaurant, and I was saying I would never go, and I heard you said you went, like
I
with
went
this
to the
all
Montreal.
dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been to one.
I just can't picture going into a. I heard people like they've taken off because it's so like it's like,
It could freak you out. Like it's
freak
really,
you out. That's the word. Yeah, it'll freak you out.
It's such an experience. It's again,
What's the name of that? What's the name of it?
The one in Montreal was called Blind, I think.
Oh,
Are they still around? Was there one in Toronto?
there is
think
one.
there
I
was
I-
one.
Oh, I don't know if it's still there.
It was sort of a weird phenomenon that came. I don't know if it came and went, but
Yeah.
because I don't know if the one in Montreal that I went to.
I
But
could honestly say I've been to every kind of bar in the city, like whatever. But that place there, I don't think I would ever have the courage to go.
it was because they go out of their way to make you comfortable. Like it's not like you're going into like a horror movie. Like
No,
it's
no, no. I know, but
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
just because I think that is because when you can't see, I think that would be just just so crazy.
Yeah.
It's really weird, and it's because again, it just the way you end up experiencing.
How long was the
the food.
experience?
It was a full like 3-course meal, like with
An hour? 2 hours?
An hour and a half, say. Like again, you can depending how fast you eat, but they're kind of you're sort of wanting to experience it, and you're kind of like everything about it.
So it's
They
all
kind of-
about
Right.
tasting.
and feel and texture and everything.
What
like
about
that.
when you listen to other people talk and you can hear like do they have music? Like was it like music in the background?
Very
Like,
light. It's all about sound. So you're hearing people chatter, and the wait staff who are all blind are coming up to you and always sort of
Amazing.
guiding you around and stuff like that, and
Interesting.
sort of leading you through this meal.
You know
and
what the-
making sure you're comfortable. Like
you know the good thing
Right.
about that would be at the end, open the lights to
Yeah.
show you where you were. Because
Oh.
at the end, you still don't know what you sat in, the ambiance really is, right?
Yeah.
For all you know, you were sitting in a fucking chicken, like some disaster place, and
Yeah.
those roaches walking all over the wall.
Yeah, that's you don't know.
You know, like I remember on my 19th, and I never gone again down to Chinatown. It was my 19th birthday. We were bombed. It was because I was born on New Year's. Props to me. But anyways, so we were there, and I was annihilated. And all of a sudden, we're eating all this food, drunk. And I look up beside me, and I look on the wall, and all these cockroaches are walking on the wall, and I'm like, just puking. And I said, and I never went ever again down there.
Okay. They're
I'm done.
They're probably still open. No one knows
Yeah.
Chinatown.
Probably.
Probably
Yeah.
some of the best food too. I bet.
The worst thing
Yeah,
about
great Chinese food.
Uber Eats, because you go to Uber Eats and you see just a little logo.
Yeah.
Oh, jerk chicken, blah blah blah, from this street, and you're like, oh, okay, I'll get some jerk chicken. But you walk by that fucking store, you'll never go in
No, yeah, that's true.
because it's so frightening looking. Because it didn't
Right.
pass the codes or nothing. But on Uber Eats, everything is beautiful.
And oddly enough, sometimes those are maybe the better
They
All right,
are.
I'm just saying, like I'm trying
No,
to be
no,
more of
I'm-
the negative part of it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
of course, there's always good, but
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like when you think of like what's like Anthony Bourdain when you go out, like he, R.I.P. also, he'd find those kind of places where you're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this is.
They don't have those places in Toronto. In Toronto, it's all either corporate or very high end, like people know about them, like,
think,
or
yeah.
hotel. Like where's it? Like no. But again, that place with the blind, they should turn on the lights.
It would be interesting.
That
And it
would
is,
be.
yeah, it's interesting. Like, it's what you say is like, the sort of big cities have really changed where you don't have those like tiny pockets of weird culture. Like, they've been all consumed by, like corporate, like rents are up, like you just can't.
Or condos. It's sad. Like when we've lost, even our music scene, we've lost.
Yeah, like there's
Here
no.
with,
Yeah.
like, all the little mom and pop bars and then little
Like
restaurants.
Thank
yeah.
God the horseshoe's still able to kick it and stuff. Like, that's the one where you're like gonna know shit's changed if they can't survive.
Yeah. The
it
Elmo
that-
just reopened.
Yeah, Elmo, Lee's Palace, luckily, thing, Elmo Combo, but they put so much money into the Elmo Combo. Like some gajillionaire bought it, I think.
Yeah, but again, that's a famous. Like the Stones play there.
Yeah.
Like, it's.
But the silver dollar, I think, did not survive.
No, it's gone. Been gone for a few
And
years.
that's a good, again, you want some sort of like, what was always, or like, did you go to Ovs in Parkdale back when it was like a,
OVs?
yeah, that place was rad.
Did you just call it OVs?
Well, whatever, I'm from out of
This fucking guy, is he crazy, this guy? I was going to say that word again.
Like I've never heard.
OVs, and I used to go to OVs. I've been there.
I'm from out of town.
OVs.
I love that place.
It's called OVs.
Yes.
And right away it goes, this guy-
Movies, I know.
yeah. Like, wow, OVs.
But that place
Is that your short
wicked.
version of OV? OVs.
Yeah, I saved myself a freaking
You know what?
syllable.
People thought you were very clever and smart. By that comment there, you just dumbed yourself really down.
Whatever. There's the two.
That was a good place. That was a good place, yeah.
Because it was private, so you could smoke inside even when you weren't allowed to smoke in bars anymore, because they would call it private. It was a
Oh,
private.
yeah?
You like, but they wouldn't charge you an entry fee, or the cover joined you the private club. The guy
Right.
was like, "Are you here for the private party? Okay, it's $5 to join."
I think I did a party there once.
Because they had a good stage, a good sound system, and you could see shows in there. And I always thought it was like,
Buddy, how many rock in Toronto? You weren't here in the 90s. Tony's East, Hot Rocks, Rock and Roll Heavens, the
Rock and Roll Heaven,
Gasworks.
The Gasworks. Oh, God.
I can keep like these were like regular places. Like Rock and Roll Heavens was at Yonge and Bloor in the basement of beside the bay.
yeah.
Did you ever go to Rock and Roll Heavens?
Well, see, because we would come to Toronto and play all the time, so we played a lot of weird bars.
Q107 used to be down there.
Yeah,
too.
but did you
Remember
go
that?
down to Rock and Roll? Did you visit?
Again, sometimes when you're in from out of town and you're like wasted, and you're on like, we're going to whatever, and you're like, this place is rad, and you never end up knowing what it was.
No, well, because it was in such a location that you like today you
wouldn't know it was
the
there.
basement of the bay where the bay
Yeah.
is. So and nobody like today
Such a
people are
great
listening.
place.
They're listening saying, really, there was a rock and it was like a real
That
rock
was
bar, like
I saw a lot of bands there.
Yeah, a lot.
There. Yeah. LA
Hot
bands a
Rocks
few
in
times.
Brampton, crazy. Like it was like
But the people that were playing here, like I remember I met Lars Ulrich from Metallica
really.
at Rock and Roll Heaven. Like
Just
there was a
hanging out,
private
like-
little room. Yeah, it was when they were doing,
They must
can't
have been
remember
here
the
on
name of that.
tour.
Was it the Monsters of Rock tour? It was Metallica, Aerosmith. The Black Crowes had just released their first CD. They were there that night.
The
Like,
Bros?
Yeah.
That's what I call the
yeah,
Black Bros, the Bros.
The Bros.
Like I call Ovs.
Yeah.
That's one of the best.
I save myself a lot of time.
Things have changed though. Things,
Dropping
you know what?
syllables.
This
It's
conversation
sad.
is kind of like because I think maybe we're on the older side, a little bit because the young generation doesn't get it because there were some really good places
And
back
the
then.
Gasworks was all metal bands. Like that's all they
Too
all
loud
they
in
played
there.
were
Too loud
metal.
in there.
The
You
big-
couldn't even talk.
The big, quarts
glass
of beers.
Yeah, those bottles.
Chipped my tooth.
Yeah, today, they wouldn't even sell those because they would give you, the guys would get those in the head, you'd be in a
Yeah.
coma.
Yeah. They had a good patio there too, the Gasworks.
Made famous in Wayne's World because he features Gasworks in Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Well, not our Gasworks, he's in Chicago.
In Wayne's World?
Yeah,
But
it's not Toronto.
Is
The
it a
name is called Gasworks. It's a rock bar. It's a copy, obviously.
Really
but
copy out. Oh, so they didn't film it up in Toronto?
a-
Surprising.
Back then, I remember
Homage
Yonge
to his
Street. You used to
hometown.
walk up and down Yonge Street, and there was cars, hot rods, this, that.
Yeah.
Now you walk up and down Yonge Street, I don't even know, like nothing's
Young
there.
is
No.
they're
not
they're
the same.
leveling it and they're putting it again. It's
also
sort
had
of
the-
sad to see just the way that things change, and you wonder like there is probably like little tiny underground rock and like performance venues that we don't know about, which I would love to if listeners sound
Yeah,
off in the
if
comments or
anybody
whatever.
knows.
Shoot us like there's a place like also like the Baby G or whatever on Dundas. These are kind of like you go and it's below.
But who's playing there?
Well, again, the new modern indie rockers or whatever,
Yeah.
which is great. Like the hopefully the vanguard of what is popular, like underground rock.
nice
and
Funny
to
thing
roll.
see
is
that
that
again.
today Toronto has more bars and restaurants per capita in North America.
Really?
More than LA.
Really?
More than New York.
Really?
100%.
That's a crazy stat.
That's a fact stacked. Think about it. How many clubs
New York,
and bars do we?
Wow, New York.
Yeah. Well, New York has got like their little trendy areas. Then you go to the hoods.
Right.
That's the way the U.S. is built. Good, then everything around. You know, L.A. is the same thing. You make one wrong turn, you're in Compton.
Well, LA is just so spread. It's
Yeah.
such a huge.
But
city,
Toronto,
it's
because they're GTA. You know, you have Mississauga. Wood. They're all like
Well-
restaurant. Think about how many Jack Astors there are. 100.
There's more, oddly enough, for coming out of the mass hysteria, that more restaurants are opening. As someone who kind of works in like in the restaurant,
You think so?
adjacent, we have more clients now at my work than we
you
have ever
more,
had.
Maybe you have
Wow.
more clients now because the other people closed.
Well, no, I think people closed, but so it was both a terrible time to have had a restaurant or a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a good time to open them because I think they got very good deals on lease. Like you came from a position.
Not very true. You know what they did? Because I did apply for a couple of things.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what. They want 6 months rent in advance because they know you're going to fail.
Wow.
But I think
And that's like, basically they're saying, you're going to fail, so we want 6 months. Because if you start it, and then you don't pay the rent after 2 months because you can't make money, the owner's like, what the fuck, I just got the landlord.
Yeah.
6 months in advance. So it's like,
Well, it's-
if you're paying 12, 15 grand a month, you need like 60, 70 grand right off just for rent.
yeah, no, it's again, I would never. Such a tough. I find it fascinating. People are still opening restaurants.
Yeah, like I told you, the sports part, Tracy,
Yeah.
the back door.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. That's how you make all your money.
That's where you make your rent.
You
Yeah.
film like sex tapes in there.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I can't tell you that story, but forget about it. I'll tell you really quickly. There was a bar on Queen Street. So this is what we're just meeting. We'll just say we met this girl there. So me and my buddy, we had this. We're getting bombed. 2 in the afternoon. There's like a few people around. This is a very popular bar. So there's a couple. The waitress is so friendly. There's a few people around. You know, all of a sudden this girl's like get a little bombed. Like our friend or whatever you want to call her. So she starts like being very touchy. So all of a sudden the people start like moving away. Like I didn't notice this. All of a sudden this girl's like really touchy, starts really grabbing us. We look around, I don't notice it again. Place is empty now. The waitress comes up to us because this girl's like really trying to grab dicks.
Oh.
Now the waitress comes over, she goes, you guys gotta leave. I go, what the fuck? Why? Like our bill's $300, $400. Like, what do we do wrong? She goes, look around you, there's nobody here. I go, why? Where are they? She goes, they're in the other room watching you guys on video. I go, what?
Oh, wow.
And that's why she asked us to leave, because we were becoming too obscene. And that's why people were leaving. And then they're on the other side because they had cameras and they're watching this broad jerk us off.
Nice.
That's the weirdest thing I've
On
ever
a
heard.
Saturday afternoon, you said?
It was like a Tuesday, regular Tuesday
afternoon.
for
the
Julie.
old Tuesday afternoon.
I don't know, but it was like, but if you think about it, it's pretty funny.
But so was there a bunch of the strange thing
Wow.
is there a bunch of people watching it like stroking off together, like
No,
which is even
they were
weirder.
just like, this is why, look at these fucking idiots probably they were saying, that's why the waitress came over, you guys gotta leave. And we're like, why do we gotta leave for? What do we do? Like playing the nice, what's wrong? Like, I spent all this money here. Well, we could see you guys on camera. We're like, okay, sorry, how much? Here's the bill, fuck off. Anyways, let's be back, we'll be back, listeners. Fuck it, it's a true story.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I'm former President of the United States, Bill Clinton. How y'all doing? I was just sitting here playing my saxophone, being alone with my erotic thoughts, thinking about Monica and Hillary and all the other women in my life. When something came to me, and it's like, when I was president, I used to make a lot of crazy, bold decisions. But one of the easiest ones that you could make if you were president would be to rate, review, subscribe to the podcast. It's that easy. It's just all you gotta do is rate, review, subscribe. And that's it. Anyway, thanks for listening and have a great day. Bye.
Welcome back, listeners. Julianne,
Tracy.
Oh, Pat's here.
Pat's still here.
Yo.
The
Hijinks continue.
we might as well continue the craziness. I was just telling the listeners, I was just telling Tracy about she goes, that was a pretty rad story. I go, you want to hear more? So I said about the girl that squirted from 8 feet away and hit me in the face.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, you want to talk about squirting? I go, okay.
Yeah, I guess we do.
Well,
I
yeah.
guess-
Funny enough, I just heard two stories from two different guys this week. One really enjoyed it, had an experience, and like he says, like 3 liters came out of this
Yeah.
girl. Okay, I don't know.
3 liters.
3 liters. She was a little embarrassed, but he enjoyed it. So then she was like, okay. It happened more than once.
So like 6 liters?
Yeah, wait a minute. Keep going.
That's a lot,
I
like,
guess, yeah,
she's
because
like,
2
you
different times.
Worry about getting dehydrated? Like,
2 different times. But I'm fascinated by it. I've never experienced it. So
Neither.
I've experienced
I
it
don't
once.
know.
There's like a beer bottle was spilt right on top of me. I was like, what the fuck was that?
wow.
It was like that much. But I've been hearing in through the grapevine, a lot of it's not squirting, it's pee. Like sometimes they pee. Like I don't
well,
know
is there a
because
difference? Would you note it? Like, because if it was a true like
No, I'm
sort
not-
of
I'm not- I'm
G-spot
not into
squirting-
that kind of stuff,
No,
but-
but is it like if it's like a squirting or whatever? Is it just some sort of power fluid? Like, what kind of fluid is it?
As a
Duh,
female,
duh.
I don't even know.
No, but I like it.
Look
Does
into
it stink? Does it taste like? Is it salty? Is it sweet? Does it smell like piss? Does it smell
you know
like
what? The bottom line
sex?
is there's some people who love it, guys, obviously, and
there's a
some
whole
guys who just
genre.
don't care because it's a little bit, messy, we'll call it, like Niagara Falls
A
sort
little
of thing.
messy.
Yeah, this one friend liked it, and the other guy that experienced
It's
it
not
with
my
somebody
cup of
else
tea
didn't.
either.
Like he
Yeah.
broke up with this girl
Oh,
because
what-
he didn't.
Oh, she squirted all the time?
And he was like, I never even had sex with her. I was like, what? And he's like, no, just like playing with her, and this happened. And he's like, I didn't.
See,
like
if
it.
you watch porn stars, Lily Tai, she fucking squirts every scene 3 times a scene. Like that's her. But then you watch other girls, they can't. So it's obviously why can you and you can't? That's the question.
But if you were just going to be in a relationship and like just from a practical standpoint, you had to basically dry your mattress out and change your sheets
You'd have to
every
get, like,
night.
you get the
the pads
rubber
that you
pads.
have, yeah. When
God, that's
for
a-
kids when they're peeing the bed when they're little.
Well, that's a
you'd have to get
whole
some of
thing.
that. That's like
That's
maybe
is
that's
that-
what Tommy Lee had on his bed when his first girlfriend.
yeah. Well, no, those
Bullwinkle.
guys were dirtbag. They didn't even like fucking up mat.
I know.
His bed, he had a
They tore
dumb-
that apartment down. That very first apartment that they all shared together on the strip. They actually
they-
tore that down.
And it's surprising that they didn't burn it down, and also like that place was a piece of shit.
God love them. Yeah.
Bullwinkle
That's it.
was her name,
Bullwinkle.
right?
Bullwinkle was her name.
You know what? Again, a lot of peas involved, I hear. Because what's the fluid that's coming out of them?
That's what I'm always.
Now we sound really stupid, right? Because we don't know this.
Well, we're just questioning. We're just wondering aloud.
Because it's like, how much fluid does she have inside her to be doing? Like some girls you watch, like porn movies I'm talking about. This girl's squirting Niagara Falls 5 times in one scene.
Like
So where does that come from?
Like I don't know, because I did have a girlfriend who would get really sort of self-conscious when she would maybe having like an intense orgasm, because she was like, I want you to stop because I think I'm gonna piss in your face. And I was like, thank you for your honesty, and I was like, and then we would have, because she was this kind of hyper intellectual. She's like, I wonder if that's what the squirting is, but I just felt
She
like
said that?
Yeah, so we had an interesting conversation about it, and she was like,
Did she
would
piss in your
stop-
face?
No, she did not. She would stop, because she's like, I don't want to piss in your face.
Why did
Stop.
she have to? Why not just like move away?
Or no, but she just thought she was gonna she felt
So
like
she called it piss.
she felt like her bladder was gonna explode, and I was like, she's like, I don't know if that's
Tracy's pulling up the Google.
Okay,
Oh, here we
WebMD, yeah. Squirting refers to fluid expelled from the vagina during orgasm. Not all
That's-
people with vaginas squirt during orgasm, and those who do may only squirt some of the time. This type of orgasm includes a rapid ejection of urine from the bladder.
Oh, it's urine.
Yeah.
Myth, squirting is fake. Nope, squirting is real.
Well, we all know it's real. It's a whole subgenre of like pornography, but it turns out it's not some sort of magical different fluid. That was the one thing I was curious. Like, is there some sort of weird
no.
other sort of? But it
There you
seems
go.
it never seems yellow. It always seems clear, which is the weird thing.
You know what? We're getting too in depth about the colors, smells. I don't know. I have no answers.
Well, you got it blasted in the face. What did
that
it
was
taste
about 12
like?
years ago. I couldn't even tell you what it was.
It smelled or tasted like anything?
Okay, let's just pretend it was fucking yellow. I don't remember, but it was.
That's the only time you've been in. as a man of experience.
Why am I a man of experience?
Because
You have
It happened
What are
another
you talking
time. I just said it happened another time, and it was like she was on top, and it felt like a beer, you just spilled the whole beer on top. It was like really wet.
well, she was riding you like okay.
Like automatically. It was like, whoa, where did that come from? And it was a lot. And I kind of freaked out a little bit because maybe I was younger then too. But not too many girls, like in my experience, have done that.
No, I think it's so I wonder if it's just like total like musculature sort of like release where you're like,
Well, this would Tracy would have to answer this question because she's a girl. Like, why do you?
It's never happened to me.
There
so
you
I
go.
Don't know.
like so. But when you're like having an orgasm, have you ever had such an intense orgasm that you thought things were just like weird muscles were just gonna give or anything like that? Like,
I don't think that's the way it works, bro. I think it's either you
that's
got
why I'm
it.
asking Tracy.
Oh, obviously.
No, I haven't had one that.
Where
Intense.
you like complete
Where-
lack of like loss of all control.
He's basically trying to tell you, like, you're coming so hard, your fucking insides are coming right at you.
Yeah, you lose control of your
She's
bodily
basically
functions.
telling you she doesn't do it because it's very
I'm just
a
curious.
girl.
Yeah.
If you line up 20 girls, I bet you one out of maybe 20 can squirt and the other ones don't.
Because
Yeah.
imagine if you were a
just
dude
made
and you
that
were
up, that
jerky, you
stat.
got like you got had such an intense blowjob or whatever that you actually like you pooped your pants or you peed.
Okay, there we go.
Well,
There
like
we go.
again.
Well, the other, I'll say one thing on that. Why do some guys, when they come, they destroy like everything, and then there's other guys who like 2 drops?
Yeah, Peter North. Yeah, you got Peter
Yeah.
North who's like
Like
but
this.
he's a phenomenon.
No, there's a lot of guys like that now. There's a few guys like that who can do it, that destroy the face.
just
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
just
And then there's other guys who give you 2 driplets. Hello. Did you come? Yeah, man, 5 minutes ago. Oh, okay. See you later.
sorry, I just need this cotton swab to
Yeah. Did you give me a facial or did you give me a fucking a droplet?
yeah, teardrop. It's just a teardrop.
Fuck, okay, then I'm gonna come in your. Oh, I swallowed that. What was that exactly?
It's a drop of
It was a
joy.
drop. You know, when you fucking tap is like deek on your sink. That's what it is.
That would be a funny.
But then you get the other girls that tell you, wow, that guy came, I almost choked. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa.
You could probably do
Tracy goes, yeah.
sort of a pornographic series where Buddy gives 1 drop of joy, but she like gushes like 3 liters of power juice, which is what we should call it from now on.
Power juice. 3 liters. Anyways, let's just drop this conversation. We're going on and on about nothing.
No, what it's talking. This is fascinating.
It's fascinating, but it's 10 minutes. It's fascinating enough. All right, listeners, have a good week. Julian,
Tracy.
Okay, Pat as well.
Pat is out. Pat wants to keep going on and
Yeah,
on.
drink your power juice, people.
Power juice. That's it. You can't keep going on and on about the same thing.
Well, it's fascinating.